And we are back. It's another outstanding episode of Square Table Degenerates. Today, we are joined live in studio. Not many people come to studios. This is a treat for you guys, sexy bitches out there. Miss Melissa Logsdon is in the building. How are you today?
I'm great. It's Friday.
Friday's a good day. It's snowing out here in beautiful Cleveland a little bit. Not really, but it's still coming down. What are you from?
Yeah.
Cleveland? Your entire existence, you've been here, right?
West Side Cleveland, yep.
Okay, good deal.
So this is my hood.
Me too, man. I grew up in, when I was little, I was like in Toledo, and then when I'm 10 on, I've been to Cleveland. So like, we always in like Lorraine, or where'd you start out with?
Lorraine.
Okay.
Lorraine, yeah.
Your caregivers work out there too? What'd your parents do for a living?
Yeah.
How'd you get started out there?
So, my mom and dad still live there. My dad was a steel worker.
Okay.
And he's retired now. And my mom she raised us 4 crazy kids.
4 years.
4 of us.
So are you the baby, the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest? Okay.
So
you got brothers, sisters? How many you got?
Yeah, I have a brother and 2 sisters.
Brother, 2. Okay, so the bathroom time wasn't too bad. If there was 4 girls, it would be
yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It'd be non.
Yeah. And they all have kids, so it's good. So I didn't have to have them.
Okay. Okay. So you're totally child. Okay. Yeah. So you got time then.
Yeah.
A little bit extra time.
Yeah. I have time. Exactly. I don't have any booze to buy my get-go coffee, but that's okay.
Oh, you are fine. You are fine. I'm gonna say some hi to some people. Paul is in the building. Paul Wright Lawns, what's up, man?
Hi, Paul.
You all is in the house too. Funky Uncle John is in the house. What's up, buddy? And then
do they all know I'm a comedian? Did you say that?
Yeah. It says in the thing, like when
right.
It says Melissa Logsdon, right. Cleveland comedian.
So famous.
Yeah, so we haven't like made anybody laugh yet, but not everything is chomping at the bits.
Right.
And Melissa's not really a smoker, so I did the courtesy of not smoking. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's been like 20 minutes, and I'm fucking dying for some weed.
Yeah,
but I got gummies though, so we're good.
Right. So I am Cleveland's. So I have two things I say about myself in shows. First of all, I'm Cleveland's least hardest working comedian. Okay. So, and second of all, I am Cleveland's most boring comedian. So I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't even take a daily vitamin. I barely take Advil.
Advil, I like Quercetin. They got the sugar. I used to like them Quercetins. Remember those?
Yeah.
The sugar on them.
I think so. Yeah.
I just love them fuckers.
But yeah.
So why do you say you're the laziest?
Yeah,
because I know some guys are fucking lazy, and I'm lazy myself. I mean, we're potheads and shit. Why are you lazy?
I just want to be like everyone else and stay home on the couch and watch reality TV and watch my murder shows, and you know what I mean. And to have to go to comedy shows, they're all at night. Like, who wants to be out at night?
They're so late, dude. I work at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And these comedy shows are like 9 o'clock, 10.
Yeah.
Who's going to stay up till 10 o'clock then by the time the party goes?
9, 10, 11. Now there's shows that start 11 and 12 midnight or something, Well,
let's get this off the rip. Do you think comedy is a young man's game? When I say young man's game, young woman's game, like guys right out of college. I mean, because like you got to really... I mean, if you do the old model, we're hustling.
It's a single person's game because I'm married and my husband wants me home all the time. And not that that's a bad thing, and not that I'm trying to make him sound like some kind of an asshole, because he's not. He's like the greatest guy ever. But you know what I mean? I'm a woman by myself out there at night. You know what I mean? And number one, yeah, he wants me there to have me there, companionship, and everything like that. But also he's, safety and all that. So yeah, but all the people I know in comedy, 90% of them or more are single, and they're living their best life, and they're not tortured by all these things that these old married boring people have to deal with. So.
Yeah, that's why it's weird with comedy. I agree with you on that. I mean, it's like
I don't think it's the age has anything. It's the
yeah. I mean, it's all about your drive.
Relationship status it has lots to do.
Well, I think a lot that's true too, because like. And this is kind of a quick transition to what I want to talk about a little bit later, but fuck it, we'll get into it now. Like, for a lot of comics, I think the single thing is, because you talk about dating, and that's like 60 to 70% of some of these people's material, you know what I mean? So there's that latent urge of, what if I had a chance with this person? You know what I mean? Or something like that, to where that helps a lot of people.
Yeah.
But do you think, like, female comics, women comics, let me ask you a question off that. And I get this sense in social media, it's not technically considered offensive. Mm-hmm. When did the word female become like not the preferred nomenclature. Like when I don't want to say female anymore. I want to say woman. And it's nothing overt.
Well, like I heard a female comic one time, and a couple of them actually, when I used to be on Twitter a lot, they would always say, I'm not a female comedian. I'm just a comedian. Like, don't call me that. To me, you can call me whatever. I don't get insulted. I'm not too like insulted by things because I insult people for a living. That's what comedians do. So like, I really don't care what you call me as long as you're calling me something and you know, like you're recognizing me, because that's how desperate I am. You can call me whatever you want. I'm a part-time feminist. Okay. I've said that from the beginning. So for the longest time, I felt like I was like a guy trapped in a woman, a male comedian trapped in a woman's body. But so yeah, that's where the part-time feminist thing came in. So
down that line, you got to, if you're a part-time feminist, you're online. You're familiar with people like Andrew Tate and that. What's with this whole movement they got going?
First of all, let me tell you, if you've never had to change a tampon at 65,000 feet and like a little 2x4 airplane bathroom, I don't want to hear your opinion on women's rights or anything to do. If you haven't done that, until you do that, then we can talk. You know, I'd like to hear what you have to say about anything women's rights. And that's where I stop at it, because basically, literally, yeah, anything that women are saying about it, you should be saying, yes, what she said. Yes, dear. Yes, what she said. That's all the conversation should be about. Nothing more than that. Let us handle it. Thank you.
Because there's like a series. Online is weird, man. Like I'm on YouTube a lot. And there's like, I mean, maybe it's just that they're amplified because it's on a platform like that. But I mean, you see these people. It's like, who taught these people these things?
Yeah, women are not, and I speak for all women when I say this. We don't, anything that you've heard us say, that's what it is. It's very cut and dried. It's very simple. And that's what it is. And there's really nothing to be talked about with it. It's just, let's make, you know how they say like happy wife, happy life. Well, happy woman, happy life. So like, you know,
well, at the end of the day, you just got to be happy. I think a lot of these young men or whatever, who are, because, you know, we got to use the incel word to consider it incels. If you're not familiar with the incel movement, it's like involuntarily celibate, people who basically blame women for them not being able to get women, kind of thing. But there really is no like guidance for a lot of those young people. You know what I mean? There really isn't. There's no like, you know, school on how to properly treat a woman. You just got to go by hearsay.
Yeah.
So it's like they latch on to whatever they can, and you get these guys. They're all grifters, man. All these guys are grifters. Right.
You have to just use your instincts and just, you know, we don't want to be treated special or different. You know, we just want to be like equal and just be heard, have a voice. You know what I mean? Like it's not that hard, you know. But like, since we're talking about women, you know, women in comedy, we're the minority, you know.
It's like 10-20% most of the time. It's not much.
But we're a very strong group, and we're out there, and that's why I'm here.
Right. It's a risk coming. Like we've never met before today. Like 10 minutes ago, we met. She's like, "I'm going to do the show. Let's do it." I was like, "All right, let's do it."
So
let's say hi to some people. We got Tom's in the house. What's up, Tom? How you doing?
Hi, Tom.
Brian says you old fogies go to bed early. Brian, you're like 8 years old.
7 p.m. Yeah, you'll find out. How old is he? He'll find
Yeah,
out.
he's way older. He's just being teasing. He's older than me. He was a retired UPS guy. Good guy.
Yeah.
Let's see. BC's in the house. What's up, BC? How you doing, my Detroit brother? Angie's in the building. How you doing, Angie?
Hi, Angie.
Trumpet Master is in the house. What's up, homeboy? And Brian asked, can you spit and swear like a guy?
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? Oh, I was gonna say, before we started the show, I was gonna ask you what words am I allowed to say and not allowed to say?
You're allowed to say any word you want. That's the only rule. You say whatever word you want.
Not to interrupt, but I had somebody ask me the other day if because I say vagina a lot in my shows. That's a big part of my act. But they asked if I only use the V word or do I use the P word? And I'm like, no, I use hello. There are no off limit words for me. No.
All right. I mean, honestly, it's not really hard to spit and swear like a guy. I mean, you just gotta chew tobacco or something. I don't know. Chewing tobacco is so gross, right? Like, you know, I read a stat once. It's 0.1% of women chew tobacco. 0.1%.
I've been on long road trips with my husband, spitting, chewing the cup and the big 7-Eleven big gulp cup, and it's like
the best was when we were in the guard, man, and my buddy was using like a Dr. Pepper bottle as a spit cup. My other buddy thought it was a Dr. Pepper because he's loaded and chugged it. And, it just went everywhere.
Yeah.
Not to get too graphic, but
yeah.
Angie says she feels like one of the boys. I get it. True. Well, Angie, I mean, it's a good example.
Yeah.
We do a lot of streams. You know, the stream, YouTube is heavily dominated by males. I mean, and we want to stream. There'll be eight, nine people, 1 or 2 women. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's just a numbers game kind of thing. I mean, not too many women are very outgoing that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, it started out when I was in kindergarten. A lot of people don't remember kindergarten. I have a very vivid memory. I was in kindergarten. I had my first best friend. It was a little boy. And then all through school, I had to go to Catholic school. So all the girls bullied me. So all my friends were boys, you know? And so I kind of like always felt welcome in the boys club, you know, or whatever it is. Thank God that ended and all that. And I got real girlfriends and went to a normal, I don't want to say normal school, but that's a whole other conversation.
Right. I went to Catholic school myself, so I'm hip.
Yeah, Father, Son, and House of Coochie. That's my vagina I'm referencing. I like to bring it into the conversation as much as possible.
Oh, vaginas are funny, man. It's a funny looking organ. I know that's a weird thing to just come out and say, but like, and but like, you look at some of these guys, I'm like, oh, I want a video of a chick playing with herself. I'm like, I mean, I get it, I guess, but it's like, it's not really, I mean, like, because on this end, like, you know, me, you know, pleasure myself wouldn't be attractive to a woman. Like, no dick pics, they don't want that shit. Right, so, like, I don't want really vagina pics. So, like, maybe I'm the minority. I don't know. Some guys will just say anything just to get whatever out of a girl because they have no other options. But, you know, it's just the way of America. You know, that's how it happens. But yeah, pussies are funny as fuck, bro. It is what it is. Angie says, hell yeah, fun, independent women rock. They do. They very much do. Quint is in the building. What's up, brother? Who else we got? Oh yeah, I will do gummies for super chats, people. If you want to, super chat, I will do gummies for that. One of Joey's favorite words today, by the way, vagina. Yeah, I don't really refer to it that much. I usually jokingly call it like moisture form. I'll make up some random word just to be funny about it.
I have so many. I actually have I have like lists written out because that's what I do. You know, right? And I actually have it here somewhere. I got to read these to you because I can't remember anything. I write jokes. I can't fucking remember.
That's my problem initially, man. I would get up on stage and be so high that I would just forget the set. And I'd be just like,
I got to find this for you guys though. So all the names, because, you know, you get tired of saying vagina.
Right. You need like a thesaurus, like a dirty word thesaurus kind of thing.
I don't know where they're at in here.
got Marty sticker.
But I had like, cool. Okay, but from remembering, okay, I have Judge Judy's Chambers. That's one of my favorites. I had my Barbie Dream House, my Barbie Cream House. Here we go. My charcuterie board, because like the charcuterie. So a lot of people that can't pronounce charcuterie, they say charcuterie. So would you like to see my charcuterie board? And then I had what else did I have? I have another list. This one doesn't have that. Oh, how about coming down to downtown Flavortown? That was
Flavortown.
That's an oldie, but
line them up and see Boston Flavortown, baby.
My Harry Potter, HAIRY, my Harry Potter. I had my 69 special for all the NRA members out there.
Nice.
I had I like to refer to it as the $5 biggie bag for all the Wendy's fans out there. And as I like to call it, FaceTime. There you go.
Nice.
So those are just, So,
nice. I like the cream one. I got a joke I'm working on about you know, when you get to leave room for cream at the thing, there's gonna be a joke based on that. It's gonna be disgusting. Yeah. So that's the thing with my jokes. And I think this is where I'm a little bit jealous of women comics, because like I find a lot of sex acts just fucking hilarious. Like places where you pop, things you pop in, shit like that. That shit's fucking hilarious to me. Yeah. And like a lot of people, understandably so, are grossed out by that. Yeah. But women can literally talk about anything sexual.
Nikki Glazer is the best. She's my favorite.
Oh, I love her.
She's amazing. Like I could just listen to her all day. Like
Whitney Cummings is good too. Like, Whitney Cummings is funny.
Love Whitney Cummings. There's so many. I can't even think right now because my brain's totally. It's like 5:00 on a Friday. I'm done.
We both just got off work. We're all full-time people.
I'm just love him to death. My favorite male comedian. One of my favorite male comedians, Sebastian Maniscalco. He's
I don't know if I know that. I don't know if I know him or
He's
not.
the Italian. He does a lot of the physical comedy.
Oh,
he's always sliding around the stage and
I'll look him up.
he's amazing. He's like the best thing ever. And he's Italian, so he's got that whole Italian thing going on.
This is a good question right here because this is my friend Angie. She's trying to do stand-up actually, so this is perfect.
Yeah.
It says, Melissa, you're an absolute delight and an inspiration. Question: what advice do you have for a 54-year-old woman who is trying to stand up for the first time?
Are you kidding? Rock it, honey. Do it. Be the woman comedy spokesperson in your area. There's not a lot of us women. Even if there is, join a women's group. That's how I got started. I joined an all-female comedy group. It was the best thing ever. It really gave me that safe space to, kind of be in this camaraderie with all these women and everything. Because once you get out into the real world of it, you're the minority.
Right. And some people might go, oh, safe space, but it's like you kind of need that.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that, and you guys know me. Yeah. I'm not out here trying to say I'm a feminist. I'm a pervert. You guys know me. But it's like this. It's like if you're out, these places are late night. They're drinking. Right. A lot of comics are weirdos. Yeah. They really are.
Right. Because if you're not wanting to worry about like the guys hitting on you or stuff like that, which you really don't. All the guys in the comedy field I work with are great. They treat us like family. We're like a big extended dysfunctional family.
It is really dysfunctional.
I don't think I've ever had any of the guys like make me feel uncomfortable, hit on me, whatever. You know what I mean? They're amazing. But no, definitely get out there, jump right in, do as much as you can. There's a lot of free, I would look for free workshops and stuff like that. Cause but also if you see paid ones, whatever is up your alley, but just get out there and do it on your terms. Don't I was very intimidated because I would see a lot of people, and I still do. Mm-hmm. They're doing 3-4 shows a night, 7-8 days a week. And I'm like, oh God, no, I can't do this, but you're you. So do it on your terms. As long as you're happy and you're telling jokes and you're making people laugh and you're making yourself laugh, but do it. Yes.
Hell yeah. My model is once you get over the fear of talking to people, talking in front of people, stage fright, public speaking, and you can make them laugh, that's all you really need. A lot of people are like, oh, I got to do 100 mics. I got this, I call it Cold War comedy mindset because this shit worked in the 80s, it worked in the 90s, but we got YouTube, we got TikTok, we got all these platforms now. You don't need to waste all your time driving out 45 minutes to the middle of nowhere, spend all that gas. You're probably spending $50 to do what? Tell 5 minutes of jokes to people who might not even want to be there, depending on what the mic is. So get that stuff down and then start getting to it fast. I think a lot of people count their skills too short at the beginning and just they feel like they got to pound the grind. There's nothing that says in multitude. If you're funny, you can't just go out there and do your own shit.
Yeah, just come up with some really good jokes, and just work them, and they'll get better. And then you start. And what I do is I came up with a bunch of jokes. It took a very long time, by the way. It's not an easy thing, but you got to start. But once I had a couple things, I would throw out an old one I'm tired of, bring in a new one and rotate and start. And then it's a constant process, but you just do it, You
gotta have your minutes. Now, when did you first, are you a recent arrival to the game? Or were you doing, what are the roots of your comedy? High school, are you always a class clown kind of thing? Let's go back to when you were little. Yeah. Not little, but high schoolish. Were you a class clown kind of thing? Did you use humor as a coping mechanism like a lot of us, or did you?
I was a nerd, and I still have a lot of that nerd in me, but I was a little bit shy and introverted and stuff like that. And I had a little bit of trouble being in front of people and stuff. And, but I started, so what happened was when I was in my senior year in high school, I realized what I wanted to do for my life, which was to be a radio DJ, right? So I went to school.
Would you go Ohio Center Broadcasting or something?
Akron. Well, I went to University of Akron, and they have a radio station there, WZIP 88.1. So I was on the radio there for 2 years, and it was great, and I left there and went to work at radio stations in my town and all that, and went into voiceover work. From there, I went into public television. So I was writing and producing shows and hosting shows for a local cable TV station.
Wayne's World, party time.
Right. And from there, I met these guys that did these independent films, and I started taking acting classes. And then before you know it, I'm writing all my own comedy shorts and stuff, like SNL type, sketches and all this. And then I started the Melissa Show, which was on online. I did this Melissa show. And so I got this big following from people all over the United States, all over the world.
Nice.
And they were like, oh my God, you got to do stand-up comedy. You know, you would be so great. And I'm like, oh my God, that sounds like the worst thing ever. I would never do that. That sounds awful. And they just kept, like, everybody just kept saying it to me. And so finally I decided to try it just so I could tell people, see, I told you it didn't work. It's awful, you know. And it backfired in my face, and I loved it and all that.
All right,
you know?
everybody, here's a little secret about comics. Every comic, their first mic, it was either 5 out of 10 or better, because if it wasn't, they're never going to do it again. They're never going to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, we got another question from Angie. She says, thank you, Melissa. Some of my jokes are a little bit raunchy.
Oh.
I feel like I need permission to do those jokes. Do you get flack for being a raunchy humor for being a woman?
No. You don't need permission for anything. Comedy. That's the best thing about comedy, and what I love the most about it. You are your own boss. And nowadays, like he was saying, like Joe was saying, with all the mediums out there, all the social media, no, you go for it. No censor button. Back in the day, people like that had to go to HBO or whatever if you didn't want to be, you know, censored or whatever. No.
And what is your take on that? Will you do a clean show? I can't stand it. I'm principle alone. No. And now my method is different. I know that my stupid old person stances on shit will close doors for me. And I don't care, because it's like, I don't really like working with a lot of those people. A lot of those club owners and people who run comedy shows. I'm not trying to talk shit about comedy. They're just not. Yeah. They're just, I mean, they know that people work for free, and it's kind of, you know, we don't want to use the S word, but it's kind of slavish kind of stuff, you know. I mean, you're driving people. I mean, they'll have a contest for fucking 20 people and give $50 or something. Fuck that shit. You know
I have never been asked to do like a clean show, and I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in having carte blanche and doing whatever, saying whatever I want. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth or what might go in. That's what I used to say all the time. I'm talking about a Big Mac, by the way, for all you disgusting pigs out there. I like to eat while I'm doing, like, hello. I don't get a lot of time to eat and drink, so I'm always shoving stuff in my mouth or down my throat. So get your mind out of the gutter.
That's great. All right, we got a question from Brian. This is off the wall. He says, what's more difficult, getting a laugh off an audience or getting a female an orgasm? She probably wouldn't know that part because she is a female, but
yeah.
I mean, just me
getting a laugh off the audience is harder than anything. So
I mean, for me, it just depends on the night. I mean, there's been, you know, I've had lovers where it's easy to get an orgasm, you know, and I've had others where, you know, you could have a jackhammer down there and it would still take a little bit extra work because they're so fucking vodka'd up. So, I mean, it just depends on the, you know, woman in the audience. And that's not a.
Yeah. I think any of us would rather be in the bed than on the stage trying to get laughs from people. But yet we do it night after night.
See, I picked the YouTube because, like, I could sit down, you know, like, even when I did a couple mics, I mean, my feet are shot. Like, I mean, can I stand up? Sure. But it's like, man, some of these guys are doing, like you said, 78 shows a week. I mean, your feet got to hurt after a while. Yeah. I ain't got time for that. All right, Bumpy Road Bruise asks, cheers, Joey. How'd you get this nice girl to come over your house? I'm guessing you blackmailed her in some way. Well, she's being aggressive on her tour schedule. Is what you need to do if you're out there wanting to, you know, get known. You know, ask people around, ask your friends, hey, who does this? Who does that? What can I do? She took a risk and she's here. That's why, you know, that's why I got her in here. You know, I'm not gonna. I mean, as long as you're reasonable, I'm not gonna say no to a guest. I mean, you know how it goes. Says best online comedy act I've seen is my bank account. Yeah.
That's all of us. Hello.
Right. I mean, it's like, well, you gotta. I mean, it's like this. People will be like, oh, you gotta chase your dreams and the money will come. No, that's bullshit. That's total bullshit. You finance your dreams by the money you make from hard work earlier in your life. Yeah. Then you can live your dreams. Because if you're out there chasing your dreams, you know you're gonna be like writing a poem and think you're gonna get $80,000 a poem. Which that's not happening, yo. No. The world isn't a fucking sitcom. The world's real life. I mean, healthcare is expensive. Them guys on Friends, they didn't fucking worry about healthcare, probably because they never got sick. You know, what was it back then? Fucking $60 a month is none back then. That shit's expensive now. Be out there. That's why there's no independent comics in Cleveland. There's maybe 2 or 3. Yeah. Well, you got Mike Pope, Bill Squire, Renee, or not Renee, what the hell is it? Mary Santora. Yeah. Yes, you got 3 or 4 independent comedians in Cleveland. I mean, it's like such a small market too. Like, that's the thing with touring around Cleveland and doing mics around Cleveland is that you do 3, 4, 5 mics, you're already gonna see the same 8 guys. I've heard Bill Squire. Bill Squire's a very good comedian. I've heard his material fucking 8, 9 times. Right. You know what I mean? Just because he's at all the mics.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Right.
He says, all my dreams are nightmares. I'm accomplished. Good deal. I think Joey is a sage dude. What's sage? Is that like a sage? You know what sage is? I don't know what sage is. It's like it's like you burn sage. I'm not really a fragrance person, man. It's like I can smell, but like I smoke so much weed.
Oh,
it's
like sage? Is that like one of those herbs? Wait, sage. Like,
I think you like burn sage, don't you?
Right.
Isn't like those big sticks and shit? People like incense, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you like? I mean, do you like that candle flavor? It's or scent flavor.
It smells good, yeah.
It's Mary Cookie. It was from last year.
I love candles.
I do too. I try to. I mean, I used to burn them all the time, but then it's like, well, I'm just here by myself. It really doesn't matter because I'm just smoking all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It says just as long as you don't laugh while getting a female to orgasm. No, that's true. That's true. You don't want to be like doing it and then she starts laughing. Actually, that can be fun sometimes. I think it depends on what you're doing.
I feel like I've seen that in movies sometimes. You know, like yeah. Yeah.
What's your favorite genre of movies? Do you like to really like? I mean, like if I was to throw out a movie, I mean, it's hard to really genreify movies now, but like I like old school.
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers, shit like that. Do you like those kind of movies?
Oh,
the slapstick kind of, whatever frat boy types or what rom-coms or what
I like. Yeah, I love rom-coms and a lot of the old stuff. I don't like a lot of guy movies. Just not like into all that, like the car chases and like what is that? The Fast and the Furious and all that.
Yeah, I'm not a big Fast and the Furious guy either.
Just like I'm not a sports fan, but that's for another conversation. That's another thing.
Not a sports fan.
No, I hate sports. It's
sports are fun though. They're so fun to go to and watch and root for and get that camaraderie. You don't like that?
No.
You're more of an individual person then, probably, right? Because like, I mean, I've always loved that team aspect. Maybe it's just because there's really nothing else to do in Cleveland. I just really got into the Browns and
I think the thing is because I don't understand sports and I don't want to understand it. To me, football is just 4 hours of guys like playing with each other's balls on the field. You know, that I don't know. And they look great in their outfits, but other than that,
Still rocking the Chubb. Yep, Nick Chubb is on the wall. So is Mike Allstott. Beautiful guys. Oh, Webb's in the house. What's up, Chief Webb?
What's up?
Beautiful out of Indiana.
But yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time, the one with Chris Farley. I love Chris Farley. He's like my favorite. Any of his movies, but it was the one where his dad died, and then Bo Derek was there, and that whole whatever.
Okay, I like my favorite Chris. I mean, besides the obvious ones, like, but man, his last one, Almost Heroes, it was so fucking funny. It was just, I mean, it was cheesy. It was definitely cheesy. I mean, the things were going on. Obviously, couldn't do in 1803, but my God, that movie was so funny.
He's amazing.
When they cut the ear off, have you ever seen Almost Heroes?
No.
Yeah, well, there's a scene in the movie. It has Matthew Perry. It was Chris Farley's last movie, and this guy gets his ear cut off by this other guy, and he throws it, and he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, I can." You gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Awesome. I hear Farley is on a diet. Yes, he's down like 50 pounds. Unfortunately, I had on Siobhan Fallon from Saturday Night Live, and she was telling me about Chris Farley. They said he went to church every Sunday. Wow. He was a really religious guy.
Yeah, he's one of my all those old like SNL people, Sherry O'Terry and Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Like, I mean, just like they're all my favorite.
Well, you gotta kind of get inspiration, from people like that. I mean, most anybody who's good goes to Saturday Night Live after a while. I mean, depending on you fit something.
Yeah.
Like there was that guy Marcelo Hernandez. Mm-hmm. He was up in Cleveland.
I did a couple shows with him when I first started out.
Me too. Yeah. The first mic I did, he introduced me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Really nice guy. Really nice guy, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was like right after that, like 17, 18, he went right back to Miami. He wasn't up here too much. Right. I mean, which, can you blame the guy?
Yeah.
I mean, would you rather be in Cleveland or Miami if you had access? Because he probably has like a relative down in Miami you could just go live there with.
Yeah.
Man, all right, Alexander's in the house. What's up, brother? How's life, man? Let's see. JV says, the last time I seen this many white people at a Kohl's, I was trying to buy a toaster oven with expired Kohl's cash.
Wait, that's my joke. I do like that. Oh, my God.
Now, do you think that's women have to come into the game just raunchy, or is there? I mean, because Kohl's cash jokes and mom jokes, some of them can be really funny.
Yeah,
it really can. But I mean, it's like it has to be to the right audience, kind of thing.
You wonder, and the reason I do the jokes that I do is because I want to make sure people are listening to me. Like You know, because, you know, these days, being a stand-up comedian is one of the hardest things because you are competing with this. People are in the audience and they're, you know, and I've been guilty of it, you know what I mean? So I want to make sure people are listening to me. And if I have to say things that are going to perk their ears up and be like, you know, shock value, disgusting.
Right. Well, that's a good point because people are so immersed in the phone.
But also, I love to say those things and talk about those things. So it's about making me happy too. Like, you know.
That's true. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're up there, I mean, it's like, I don't want to ever treat YouTube or comedy or anything as a job.
Right.
It's something I mean, if I make money off of it, is it classified as a job? Sure.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, if you're having fun, it's not work. It's not a fucking job. Yeah. That's the way you want to do it. The second, you know, if I was doing the show and the second it stops being fun, I'm not gonna fucking do it. It's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
Chances are I'll probably do it forever because I'm a very happy-go-lucky person. But like, you know, the second something stops being fun, it's within your control.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's see here.
Got a lot of people here.
Yeah, we usually get about 15 to 20 or so. Let's see. Alex says, "What up, Joe? It's been a blast so far. She's got some good football jokes." Mr. Rogers, Eddie Murphy is Mr. Rogers. Okay. Mm-hmm. Have I ever asked Andy Dick to be on the show? I don't know. Actually, I'll have to look. Is he still alive? I mean, is he? I saw something happen with him. Did he get arrested or something recently? It's been a hot minute since.
You should get Pauly Shore.
I tried Pauly Shore. Yeah. Didn't get no response back. Yeah. I think I have to look.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's such a zero-sum game. You have to almost find people who really like talking about themselves. Guys like DC Glenn from Tag Team and JJ French from Twisted Sister. Those guys could go for hours. You can smack them in the back of the head. They can just keep talking and smack them in the back of the head and stop 4 hours later, man. They're just fucking talkers.
Yeah.
But the thing, a lot of these Hollywood agents and stuff like that, it's like a fucking offensive line. I mean, they just don't. Oh, you're nothing. You know, sometimes they entertain it. You know, we'll present it to our guests, but I don't know how they're presenting it. And it's like if you don't have the right wording and they don't see the value, and it's like, I'm just trying to get high and fucking have a shit show. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to overthink any of this shit. Anybody who's followed me, a lot of you guys have been around for a couple of years now, you know how it is. Yeah, we're just trying to have fun, get high, you know, be friends, do whatever, man. We're not trying to fucking overthink shit.
You know what's so funny though? Something you said made me think of it. Because I mentioned how I started out in radio, and you know, Howard Stern was, you know, big radio guy back in the day when he was, you know, really up and coming in his career, and I was doing a lot of the radio stuff, and his movie was coming out, Private Parts.
Okay.
And my husband wanted to watch it, and I said I would never watch that disgusting piece of shit. That guy, I hated him. And do you know, after I watched that movie, I became like his biggest fan. Like like fell in love with him. Not fell in love with him like, I don't want to have sex with him, but like I had this guy. I just like had this like weird respect for him. Like I really, you know what I mean? Because I saw him go through this whole grind, and he's a person that can talk and talk. That's what made me think of it. You know what I mean? But I love Robin so much. She's been one of my biggest like influences of like strong women who just do their thing, and you know,
just there, they stick it out, right? And
I love her.
And if you find somebody and it's a cool thing, and you grow with them, you can fit in there. It's you know, maybe you're not the number one on everything, but you get, you know, like being the number 2 guy in Joe Rogan's show is a pretty fucking good thing. Right. You know what I mean? I would take that in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'll never think like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to, you know, advice to people out there. It's like, you know, always think of different opportunities, ways to grow people. Yeah. Because people need shit done. They need help. That's the way most people get on. They usually start helping people out for free, and then they, you know, either get big themselves or get offered a job, something like that. Look at anybody out there. Anybody out there is big in social media.
Yeah. And just in case Howard Stern is listening, I did say I love you, but I don't want to have sex with you. So I just want to reiterate that. I don't want to have sex with you, Howard Stern.
Do you remember?
So just in case we ever get in the same room together and we're like, you know, I have the tits out. It's not like that.
We should make a short out of that. Melissa Logsdon confirmed she will not fuck Howard Stern. Yeah. Do you remember when he came to Cleveland in 90? Do you remember anything about the 90s radio?
I mean, yes and no.
You're probably really little, but yeah, it was back in 90, anywhere from 93 to 98. I can't remember the exact year, but Howard Stern. Most of you guys should know Howard Stern. I haven't seen Brits in the chat, but Howard Stern is a huge radio host over here. Very, you know, the first quote unquote shock jock. But when he was declared the first in the market for that. It was the first time he beat like Lanigan and Malone, Jeff and Flash in Cleveland. Yeah. So he came to Cleveland for an in-person party. And I think it was Jeff and Flash. They actually went and like fucked up the electronics and shit. Do you remember like on Forrest Gump when they were unplugging all those cables and shit?
Yeah.
It was like that. So it was really wild. But yeah, Stern's been raising hell for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't. Oh yeah, speaking of the Brits, fucking the bells are ringing. Phil, what's up, buddy? Oh, here you go, Bumpy. Has Melissa ever had to deal with a heckler? If so, how did it go?
Just one time, and actually he was heckling everybody. It was this really drunk guy, and he was heckling everybody. And it was funny because I was the only comedian who wasn't bothered by it. Like I literally was just like totally tuned him out and was just doing my thing because I don't know. I just was so focused on my stuff, and I was like, whatever. I'm like all about just letting people do what they want and whatever. I'm gonna do my thing. You do your thing. Like whatever. I don't know.
You know who's really underrated with working with hecklers is Mary Santora. Oh, she is fucking gold.
Yeah.
She could stop on a dime and just talk to these. Oh, she's gold on that. I wish she'd get more. I mean, I've seen some of her posts, and it's really kind of. I mean, I didn't take that route, but like deflating to see her route because most of you guys won't know about Mary, but Mary Santora, she's been voted like female or actual comedian of the year, not just female comedian of the year, like 3-4 years in a row here in Cleveland, something like that. And like she just can't get any kind of push because it's all numbers games now, and these
she's really on the road. She's on the road and she's doing her thing, and she's doing amazing stuff.
That's that road life is so bad because she's probably got to pay for her own benefits to work, do MMS and stuff like that. So she probably gets okay, but like, I mean, even if you're getting, say $300, $400, $500 a show, whatever, I mean, you still got to drive all the way down there.
Oh yeah, and the plane ticket.
Yeah, plane ticket or hotel food.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
that's why.
But I was at home a few weeks ago, and my husband was watching TV, and I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I had my nail file. And I had it as a microphone, and I was doing a show in the living room, and he started heckling me, and he's like, "You suck!" Just like he was like, "Honey, I want to, get you some practice in case, when it happens." So I was like actually able to play off of him and like insult him and whatever. And it was really weird because I've never been heckled, so it was kind of cool that he was giving me that heckling training.
Yeah, I think I've been booed. I've been booed many times because my shit's disgusting sometimes, but like. Yeah, I don't think I've ever even had anything close.
I got booed once because this was when I first was doing stand-up, and I was having trouble taking my material from my online show and transferring it into like stand-up. But I literally did a knock-knock joke on stage, and this is in 2015, okay? And I said, knock, knock. And the audience said, who's there? And I said, well, not Michael Jackson, because he's dead. And everybody started booing. I'm like, he's too soon. He's been dead. Like, how many years was it? When did he die? I don't know.
09, I think. Yeah. So that's 6 years later.
Yeah. I'm like, really? Too soon?
I got booed for the bloody baby seal joke. Because I said, you guys ever do a bloody baby seal? It's when a chick shaves her pussy and then you take a harpoon and fucking blow her right in her pussy. Looks like a bloody baby seal got shot in the face. They booed the fuck out of that joke. They did not like that. I was rolling. I love that joke. I love that whole line. You remember back, I don't know when it really first came out, early 2000s, but you start talking about the Blumkins, Dirty Sanchez, all that stuff. Yeah. Oh, that fucking made me laugh so much.
Yeah.
We would just when we were in the guard, air guard, we would just go down there for the weekend and we get drunk and we would just sit there for 2-3 hours just talking about gross moves and new ones.
Yeah. Strawberries
and cream. And it would get so nasty that you would just try to always one up it. And I would love to do a show like that, man, where we all just did like, hey, Bobby Joe was in the chat. What's up, Bobby Joe? Coming live from Philly, Ski Girly. But man, it's so hard. Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think about the word woke? Now I know it's a loaded term. It's very loaded. It's very loaded. I'm not coming at it. I'm not a radical or anything. Yeah. I'm very. You probably. Yeah. I'm assuming you're probably about the same kind of middle-ish.
Yeah.
Leftist, rightist, depending on the issue. But it's like
I don't use it. I don't. Whoever wants to use it and like it, that's fine. It doesn't exist to me.
Right. Yeah, certain things are common sense, human rights. Certain things are just people getting attention. And it's like, if there's one person out of 350 million who are doing something, that's not indicative of the whole thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if one woman jumps off a building, that doesn't mean all the women in the country are going to jump off the building.
And first of all, I always tell people I'm not a Karen. I'm more of a Carmela Soprano. So you're not going to get any of that bullshit from me. You know what I mean?
Oh, Sopranos, what a great show. We still haven't done our fucking watch long. It reminds me. We're supposed to start like January 2nd, and it's almost like February. Yeah. The thing that pisses me off is none of the guys reminded me either, bro. There's like 3-4 of us are supposed to do this shit.
Well, January's about over now, so.
Right? Angie says, I would say to someone in their phone that better be your spank bank that's to turn your attention from my humor and my cleavage for the matter. Nice. That says Robin Rocks. Love her from the Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah, for those wondering about Robin, the Robin Rocks was in our community. She's still doing good. I talked to her a couple weeks ago. I don't think she's gonna ever come back to YouTube. I don't think, because she would go live like this, and she tried to do the no holds barred thing.
Yeah.
And she would just get one or two just fucking asshole weirdo kind of things. And you know how some of these troll incel types are those fucking ass is stupid. I think that really aided her a little bit.
Yeah.
Because she came in and it sounds horrible, but you either gotta have balls of steel, not care, vaginas of steel, whatever, or not care, have a guy coming with you. And that's a shit thing to say, but like, I mean,
I love the block button. So you know.
That's true. And she did for a little bit, and I don't think she did because she wanted to like see if she could bring it into it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way too much Facebook. Sorry about that, people. Those guys don't know I'm live. Man, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're a big person on I mean, I'm not saying big person on blocking, but I mean, like, what do you pretty much any personal attacks, obviously you block.
Yeah.
I mean, would you?
I don't do it a lot. I mean, I don't have time. Like, we all just don't have time for that, you know? So a lot of people slip through a lot of these bots and spam things. And, you know, it's like, it could be a part-time job doing all that. So it's just like, you know.
Dude, there are some guys who got block lists that are 500, 600, 700. I don't think. I think the only person on YouTube, I think the only people I blocked are like you said, the bots. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I mean, people have tried coming up and talking.
Yeah.
And it's like, I tell people this because, like, you know, okay, I'm talking good about myself. It is what it is right here. But I've been online since the mid 90s, dude. I have AOL chat rooms going back to 96. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm the Tom Brady of trolling in my eyes. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can say or do to me. It's really going to make me mad. Like, oh, well, let's talk about it. And then you start talking about it like, oh, well, I didn't expect him to talk about it. Yeah, I mean.
Speaking of Tom Brady, I was going to start an OnlyFans. That's just my husband in his underwear screaming at Tom Brady on the TV. And I actually had girls writing me and like wanting to join the OnlyFans. I didn't even make it yet. I was just like, they're like, sign me up. I'm like, okay, this is awkward, you know?
Right. You don't want people involved in that world.
Yeah.
That's I don't know about that OnlyFans stuff. Man.
I know.
I mean, I was telling the wife earlier, I was like, you know, I don't think I've ever talked to anybody, you know, besides like just making fun of it. Like I've never been like, oh, you know, my buddy's coming to me, oh, you gotta check out this person's OnlyFans. We've like literally never done that. And I know, I'm not saying no thousands of people, but like, you know, you got 20 people here at least. Anybody in the chat ever fucking checked out somebody's OnlyFans? I just don't see it. And it's not like it's a bad thing. I mean, sometimes it's $5-10, whatever, but it's like, there's such a.
Well, I just see stuff popping up in my feed. Like it'll be like, New York woman, you know, fired from her job for, you know, doing OnlyFans or whatever. And they're showing like these, you know, screenshots or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my God, you know.
Well, it's people think they want to, it's such a, I think that porn and OnlyFans, all that, I think it's went way too far. And I know that's, you know, I'm a known pervert. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like, the way porn is now, it's all fucking step things, stepmom, stepbrother. I got news for you. You don't just find out you're not related to somebody and they have sex with them. That just doesn't fucking work. And people who have step anything in their lives, and I'm just speaking for me, I'm pretty sure everybody else is like this. It's fucking disgusting. The thought of anything like that, dude. It's fucking gross.
Not really.
And that's literally everything. And some people might apply, oh, they're not related. You know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what they're advertising it as. You know what I mean? It's gross to me. And it's like, and the way that. I mean, it's bottomed out too. They pay these porno models out of what, $100, $150.
I mean, these girls make like $8,000 a day or whatever it is. I'm like, okay, you know, and here I am trying to make how much.
Right. It's such a weird dichotomy because, like, in porn, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not an expert on this. Some of you guys in the chat may be experts on porn, but it's like,
oh, I'm sure.
Right? If you want, especially,
I would bet money on that,
especially when you're watching this show. But it's like, you know, the top 10% of them, I don't know what it is, top 5, 10, 1%. I mean, there's probably a couple people out there making a lot of money, you know, Jenna Jameson types, I guess. But, like, you know, even Jenna Jameson's on Cameo. It's like she's not rich in the hills and shit. So it's like, you know, when these girls, typically how it goes is, because guys who watch porn, they probably always want fresh shit. So they bring in, or I say guys, people who watch porn probably always want fresh things coming in. So they'll bring in the new models, pay the new models a lot for the first couple scenes, and after a month, they're old hat. And then what do they do?
And not with OnlyFans. It's like, they're everywhere. You know, it's everywhere. They're who knows,
right? I mean, you went from I remember watching one special once, maybe 200,000 creators and OnlyFans to 2 million.
Yeah,
and that's really going to take down the market. And it's like, if you're not, we're not going to try to body shame here, but I mean, we got to be real. If you're not in somewhat kind of shape, I mean, I don't know. If you're like 350 pounds,
they're all doing it though. I mean, I
guess. I mean,
yeah,
because you can't really.
And they're making bank, but.
I mean, I guess the anonymity of the app maybe helps it, but I mean, let one person at your work find out about it. They're going to fucking get the pictures and
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's always people jealous. It might not even be a guy. It might be a girl.
Yeah.
Maybe, look, check out what this heathen's doing. You
well,
know what I mean?
and speaking of which, people have said to me, oh, well, you know, because I post all my jokes and stuff online and all that. And they're like, oh, you know, what if, you know, your job sees it? What if, you know, you get fired or they see it or they whatever? And I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I don't like the whole cancel culture. It's gotten way too much out of hand. You know what I mean?
It's 80 to 90% of people are against the politically correct cancel culture stuff. And what it is these corporations, Melissa. Yeah. These corporations are so heathenistic that they will just do whatever in the name of, they don't care about any cause. Corporations don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about greed, the money. That's it. They'll do anything they can to make money. If the only reason they're considered woke right now is because it's considered hip to be woke or whatever.
Yeah,
they're trying to do it, make money off it, and we'll celebrate Trans Week or this. They don't give a fuck about Trans Week.
Comedians are not meant to be censored, so leave us alone. You know, it's like, leave us alone.
Right. You gotta let people in. And the corporations are just, they're stifling creativity. Mm-hmm, they are. Because I guarantee you, like, for example, right now, I go on YouTube, I go into YouTube Studio, and then you can see the show. I guarantee you they already made it limited ads. And they got to appeal it, and then they usually overturn it, which is fine. I mean, we've said words. I knew this going in, but it gets a little irritating sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, why are they just not blanket giving it? My voice is shot, dude. My voice has never went down this fast down south. Maybe I just took too many weed gummies. I don't know. I'm an idiot. I'm offering something for free and giving it up.
I've never seen a package of weed gummies that looks like a little thing of cat treats. It's so cute. It's like a little thing of.
Well, they got the meowana. You ever seen that? It looks like marijuana, but it comes in a little thing. Cats. Do you have any pets? That's a good question.
I had a cat.
Okay.
And yeah, we had to put her down a couple years ago, but she was the best thing ever. Her name was Wednesday, named after Wednesday Addams. Yeah. One of my favorite shows of all time. But yeah, and she was like, I'm such a huge, anyone who follows me on any of my social media sites will know I'm like fucking the biggest cat fan ever. Like, and I love all animals. I'm an animal lover, but like cats are my thing. Like, oh my God.
We got, we just lost a cat a couple weeks ago. We got a new kitten.
Yeah.
So it's, they're cats are cool.
Yeah.
We used to have some dogs.
I follow a talking cat now on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So what it is this lady has this cat, and she looks like the one I used to have, a tiger cat. Her name is Penny, the cat. So it's the talking cat, right? But the voice of the cat is actually like her 4-year-old daughter. She uses her.
Oh, okay.
It's the most amazing, cutest thing. But yeah, so that's where I'm at in my life.
Bumpy wants to know what were your cat's last words. Meow.
Just like a lot of sad meows. Like she was very sick at the end there. Yeah.
We didn't even have to put this one down. This one just it was not to get all morbid, but I got to the story's kind of wild. Like, I went to the office. Well, the whole way that everything went down. So Kim's my wife. Kim's mom died on the 31st. So we went through all that the first week of the year.
Yeah.
And then we had the funeral on like the 7th or 8th, whatever that fucking Tuesday was, right?
Yeah.
And then I didn't get word that the office is closed. I work at the federal building.
Yeah.
It was a water main breakdown there, so they closed the fucking building.
Yeah.
So I go down there. I can walk right through security. They let me in. I'm logging into my laptop like we normally do when we're in there. It's fucking literally nobody else there. I'm like, okay. And I told Ashley, my boss, I'm like, am I supposed to be here? She's like, no, they shouldn't even let you in there. The second I do that, fucking 10 minutes later, Kim's like, the cat just died. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because we knew it was sick. Because we could tell we had an appointment coming up. We had nothing like that. So it's like, all
Yeah.
this stuff, the way it just happened was just fucking
Well, all the pet
ridiculous,
people
man.
out there know exactly what we're talking about. It's traumatizing to lose a pet, and I want to get another cat, but
the kids might want a dog here or there. I'm not getting me another dog. I love dogs.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong. I just don't want to go to training another puppy and then
yeah,
dealing with all that grief and then taking them down there.
yeah.
Like the cat, it's wild. We lost 2 cats here, and they both died here. I haven't had to put them to sleep.
Yeah.
Both dogs I had to take in. That was rough. The second we had to take in we had a Pomeranian we took last year. Oh, that was rough because it was delayed. I was in that fucking room for like 45 minutes. His name was Jasper. He's LaPalma. I was petting him. 45 minutes. I was just sitting there. I was in tears, and I never cry. I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to say I'm a super manly man. I do cry, but I rarely cry.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here on the verge of fucking tears. Like, can you please hurry up? Can you please? It's literally, I'm repeating in my head, please hurry up. Please hurry up. Please hurry up.
Yeah.
It was so uncomfortable because I just wanted to drop it off 10 minutes by. Good. 45 fucking minutes I was in that room. When they came in, they were like, dude, I just left and walked out. I didn't even grab the leash or anything. I was fucking done. I was shredded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Oh, actually, this one I don't know, shredded, because I wasn't here. I had to come back home. I mean, I had to come home for 2 reasons. One because I wasn't supposed to be at work, and 2 because the cat died. That Mitten's life. I mean, that's how it is, man. It's like I don't think. I mean, we did get the new kitten. His name's Artie.
Oh.
He's a little black cat. He's a little scrambler, man. He's a little fucker. But after I don't mean it. I don't think of getting any more dogs. I just don't have it in me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, they rule the world. Pets rule the world. I also belong to a reptile group on Facebook. I love like my husband got me into that alligator show. He watches the I forget what it's called, where they catch the alligators.
Oh God, what is that?
Yeah. My husband's idea of romance, back-to-back episodes of Swamp People.
Nice.
Ladies, get your man to tune in to Swamp People.
Oh yeah, I'm out here all in the garage most of the time. I'm watching the YouTube. She's in there watching Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon, and there's other cooking. She loves the Cooking Network. She loves.
Oh my God, I love to go. I literally thought I was going to get hired by the Food Network. No, seriously, like I love to cook. I'm self-taught, and I actually had the Rachel Ray Show in New York call me for a cookie recipe that I submitted.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so like, and I kept applying to them, and I even went in person and auditioned for them when they came to Cleveland. So finally, I was just like, you know what? Screw you people. And I made a Food Network parody show where I dress up like all the women of the Food Network. So I do an amazing Rachel Ray because I could look the most like her. My hair used to be a lot darker. I am half Italian like her. We're both half Italian. Hey guys, I'm Rachel Ray and I make 30-minute meals. That means in the time you watch this program, I'll have talked a lot and cooked a little. She's so she's like, I live in upstate New York. I can't even get a pizza delivered. And she's just like, all this
little
stuff.
anecdotes and shit.
Yeah. I had I did a cooking show where I was like dressed like her, which isn't hard because she doesn't have any sense of style. No offense, Rachel Ray. I love you.
I love Rachel Ray too.
The garbage bowl, and I had the whole garbage bowl, and I had this like old Rubbermaid plastic bowl, and I have it. I should bring the video up. I don't know if it's on my YouTube still. I turned a lot of those off. But anyway, I had the old Rubbermaid bowl sitting there, and I have like a carrot or an apple or something, and I put the garbage bowl there because that's what she would do. She'd peel it into that bowl, and I'm just like, and I'm just like peeling. The peels are flying everywhere, and
Bubby says he used to buy his dog's Rachel Ray dog food just to stare at the photo. Nice. Yeah. She was in Maxim magazine many years ago. God, it must have been 20 years ago now. At this point, I don't think Maxim was around anymore. God, now in hindsight,
it was a very hot photo. It was the turkey photo. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I never actually checked it out. I just remember they were talking about it.
It was a turkey in one of those foil pans, and she had like this tiny little waist apron. It was like this big, and it was like this skimpy outfit, and she's bending like this to get the turkey out of the oven, and snapped the picture right there. And her mom saw the picture and said, "Oh my God, Rachel, you don't use that kind of a pan to cook a turkey. Oh my God." Because it was like that real flimsy foil pan, which I actually did that in my life, not thinking. And I was praying the whole time trying to get that turkey out of the oven because my husband was not home from work yet when the little thing popped up.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, getting back to Rachel Ray. So I've watched all her shows. I was always a huge fan of hers, and stuff like that. So yeah, I did the parody show. I did Rachel Ray. I did Jada.
What do you think of Jada? I remember Jada way ago because when we first got married, first moved in, we watched Food Network a lot because I like the high definition.
Yeah.
And I spent like a bunch of money back then. I still got the one TV in there.
Yeah.
$1,500 back in 08, and I was still got it. But because Food Network bumped HD, and I mean, you really fuck with it.
I mean, first of all, like I said, huge fan of the Food Network. Jada, I loved her. I did Jada for my parody show, and all I did was wear the tightest, skimpiest shirt I could find, boobs everywhere, and I would just take like a handful of spinach and just let it fall all over my tits.
You had to have like millions. You had to have more makeup than ever was known to man.
Oh
I bet you Jada without makeup looks like the Statue of Liberty, like the actual copper face. Like I mean, God bless her. She's got a beautiful body. I think she's probably a little anorexic, but I'm not going to speculate. That's her business. But she wears so.
And she's cut back a lot on the makeup because I actually follow her on.
Okay, it's been several years since I've seen it.
Now I follow her on all her social media sites, and she's still. I love her, but I'm a huge food fan, big foodie.
She dumped that husband quick on me, and she was only with him for like a couple of years because
they had the kid together.
Yeah, and then there was like 2-3 years later, and then boom, he was not in the show. Or
yeah, he's gone. She divorced him. Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
And for a while, I thought her and Bobby Flay were there's something going on there. But I think
Strader just said so she's in the sack with Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
I don't know if the puppy's like, is the show capable to view, Melissa? You know, Melissa.
What'd they say about me?
They want to know if the Jada parody is available.
I put that one on lockdown. Let me tell you. I was like, too hot for TV here. Okay.
Bobby Flay, he's okay. I don't know, he's kind of gets annoying after a while, Bobby Flay. I'm partial to Michael Simon because he's from here.
Oh yeah. Bobby Flay Flay's funny because he's so fucking full of himself, but yet he has that down to earth part of him. I love to watch him cook. Like he makes the most.
He supports the younger guys a lot, which I fuck with. You know, what I mean, he's always like me versus Bobby Flay, and he'll take an L. I mean, it is what it is. But
so
I think that Michael Simon. I'll tell you one thing I don't like about Michael Simon. He's couple things. Like, he expanded a lot of his restaurants way too fast, and then they just pulled back. Mm-hmm. Like B Spot, you remember B Spot? Really good burgers, and everything. Now it's like
I love those fries.
Those rosemary fries,
skinny
so
rosemary
good.
Fries, yeah.
Fuck, I want some now.
Yeah, because I'm not a big potato person, but I love the shoestring fries. That's one of my favorites.
You know, all I've had to eat since like fucking 3 is fucking like 8 weed gummies. I haven't had any food. This is how your boy goes. I'm like fucking Bam Margera 2003. Yeah. But like Michael Simon on that daytime show. Right. I cannot stand that show.
What show was it?
It's so fucking corny, dude.
Yeah, what show? Because I watched
the Crew or the Clue, or it's on like Channel 5.
The
Chew, yes. My God, that is cringe.
Yeah, and I never watched it.
Oh, it's so bad. There's and God bless her. I know the girl can't do nothing about her appearance, but she is not TV.
I'm trying to think who
the black girl with the glasses and get the
okay.
All
I know is The Kitchen is a show to watch. That's the one I like and always watch. That's like the Chew. And I don't know which one came out first, but The Kitchen's an awesome show. I like that one.
It says the Chew was a good thing. Unfortunately, didn't. Okay, so thankfully the Chew was off. I mean, in my opinion, the Chew's off. The Chew, in my opinion, there, Shredder was really, really cringe, dude. It was just, I don't know. I mean, I know there is a demographic of people who like the Wayne Brady kind of style. Yeah. Daytime shit, but dude, I can't do it.
We're having a cooking show. We're so proper. I'm not going to show my vagina. I promise.
Right. It's like, dude, after my dad died a couple years, my dad's up there in the wall. God bless you, Pops. He's watching over me all the time. But it's like after that, it's like, I'm not going to waste time with stupid shit. Yeah. I'm just not. I'm not going to put up with it. I'm not good. And when I say stupid shit I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I'm 46. I don't need to sit through a fucking show like this.
You know what? And like we said, it's their thing, whatever, but it's not my thing.
Oh, we got a question here. It says Kyle Iaso or ISO.
Oh, Kyle. Okay. Oh my God.
Says, hi, long time, first time, Melissa. What is your current relationship with condiments? Any find you over dramatic, any theatrical?
Okay, so on the Melissa show, I did this thing called condiment theater. So it was all like ketchup and mustard. It started out with ketchup and mustard, and I would just recite scenes from movies or TV shows. And then I brought in barbecue sauce and soy sauce and all this stuff. Kyle wants it to come back. I love condiment theater. Yeah. I miss it.
Kyle, nice. Thanks for stopping over, bud. Check us
Yeah.
out if you like what we see around here, man. Definitely take a look at the catalog, sub it out.
Kyle was in a Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, was he?
This
Nice.
past Super Bowl, yeah, like
Nice.
fucking rocked it. Like holy
Nice.
crap! It was like one of those Bitcoin or one of those kind of money things.
Wow, yeah.
And it was Larry David.
Okay,
And
okay.
I
think I remember that
He
commercial.
was right there with him. I'm like,
Kyle, we can get Kyle on. Kyle, hit me up on Facebook, bro. Joel Farrell, hit me up. I'll be free. I want to holler at you. Maybe get you up.
Kyle is good people.
That's good stuff, man. Polar Bear Chad said, "Who dey? You know what, Bengals? Well, here's the thing. She doesn't for this.
Who dey?
Well, it's like this. For purposes of this conversation, I hate to do this, but you're just gonna have to just pretend like you care because I'm gonna talk sports for a second. But the Bengals and the Browns thing, there's a lot of. I know I have a couple friends who are like, "Oh, I care about the Bengals." Don't. There's 4 teams: Bengals, Browns, Lions, and Bills, who have never won the Super Bowl. The Browns need to be the first of that 4. Okay. Once if the Browns do it, then you could, latently root for the Bengals. Do not be root for the Bengals. No. This weekend we are rooting for the Chiefs. You do not root for the Bengals. No, sir. The Bengals wouldn't root for fucking you. The Bengals would not root for the Browns. They wouldn't in 100 years. They're laughing at us because they laughed at us because our guy Paul Brown, of course, Paul Brown went down there and started a whole new franchise. That's why they'd be laughing at you. So don't catch you out there rooting for Bengals because I'll be making fun of you. I'm not gonna do nothing, but I'll make fun of you in the comments.
So
that's for goddamn sure.
So for the sports people, the sports fans that are tuned in right now, I'll tell you what, I did say I hate sports, which I do. But one of my favorite people in the entire world is Pittsburgh Dad. Do you know?
I've seen Pittsburgh Dad before, because my friend Sue's a real big Steelers fan.
I love him.
Yeah, he's not too bad. I've only seen a couple of his sketches because my friend Sue.
You need to watch more. I know he's a
it's just hard. It's hard because
right.
I got Browns creator friends. I got to support. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, if we were in the same community, he's probably got a couple 100,000 subs at this point. I imagine. I mean, it says.
But they haven't had a good season, so he's been having a lot of funny shows.
Oh, Steelers fans are crazy because they want Mike Tomlin gone. They cannot stand this guy, and they're gonna. I'm telling you what, Rooney's are gonna give him an extension. You Steelers fans better get used to fucking. Your boy Tomlin there for another couple years. It says Crocs lost a lot of revenue when Me Too happened to Chief Mario Batali. I kind of remember
Oh my God. No, can I tell you my story?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So this was like 100 years ago. Okay. So I was working for that local cable TV station, right? And I had a food show that I was doing where I did like a cooking show, and they had that mirror up on the ceiling for me. And I did the whole thing. Well, I found out the Food Network show was coming to the IX Center. Okay. So I contacted them and asked if I could come. So I actually got to go. I got a press pass. I got to go with all the press people when normal people couldn't get in.
Right.
And I was in the press room and I'm hanging out and I'm just kind of standing there, and Mario Batali is there in his shorts and his purple, the Crocs and the shorts and all that. So he's 10 feet away from me and he goes, "Melissa?" And he's waving at me. And I'm I'm looking like me. And he's like, "Yeah." And he comes up to me and I'm like, "Oh my God, Mario Batali, you're Mario Batali." And I'm like, "How do you know me?" And he's like, "You're wearing a name tag." He was so sweet. He was so nice. It was one of my favorite celebrity encounters ever. So when that whole thing happened, it was a hard pill to swallow because he was so nice.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's I don't know, man. A lot of these guys with the whole Tim Allen recently with the Pam Anderson thing and
Tim Allen
and what's his name? Not Dio. Who's the other? Louis C.K. Shit like that.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys just are known pranksters and like to pull their stuff out. Now, that's something that was just never talked about. It just never was. I mean, there was guys in the guard I knew that you go look. Usually, it's the better looking guys. Usually, it's not the fat guys, but they would just get naked because whatever. It was just a fun joke or something like that. So it's it was, and there are some women who like being in their environment. Some don't, But there was never a discussion at any point at any party. Yeah. That, hey, is nudity acceptable? Go over here. No, It just fucking happened.
So here's the thing. So I'm going to lay it all out for you right now. This is what it is, guys. Okay. If a woman has never said to you, don't do this or don't do that, and you shoot your shot and you take your chance and open your rubber, do whatever. Okay. And she says, don't ever do that again. That was inappropriate. Whatever. don't ever do it again. But see, those same women, I feel like it should be a thing where the women either come right out with it and just tell people like, don't ever do shit like that. Or if you do it and they tell you and you listen, but like all this, like cancel culture and bringing stuff up from 30, 40 years ago and all the shit, I'm not about that. Like, I'm just not about it.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I've been completely appropriate my entire life. I mean, I used to drink. I've done a couple things here or there. And I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm also, that's why, it's just, you have to, it's such a gray area. It really is. Because it's like.
Because you don't know.
Right.
Some women might be into it. You don't know. So like I say, if you try and they say, that was horseshit, don't ever do that again. Don't let that happen again. Okay, you're on the same page. Everything's great. Move on. It's fine. But the woman should just say that and stop it there and not hold on to it for 30 years and do a cancel culture thing. And the guy should listen to her and never do that again to her, or whatever.
Right. I mean, it's
not that difficult.
Right.
Not that difficult.
It's not. This is common sense. I mean, it's,
right.
And a lot of it too is at least on the guys end. I think a lot of these guys just, man, they get the there's a scene. How you like some of them obscure movies? You're familiar with the 2004 movie with Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
I've heard of that. I don't know.
Oh, it's a fucking banger,
yeah,
dude. You gotta
that was
watch
an iconic movie.
It's such a great love story, great mind fuck. Yeah. But there's one scene in there where Jim Carrey's just sitting there at the table. The first time he looks at Kate Winslet, he's like, "Why do I fall in love with every single woman I see?" And so we got a fucking we got a super chat, so I got to eat a wheat gummy, even though we're like 15. That's okay. I got to please it before we tease it. Hell yeah. We got a lot of people watching me. You're bringing in the heat tonight, Melissa. Yeah. I'm proud of you.
If anybody, whoever's keeping count, I think this is number 9 on the gummy weed, right?
Oh, Jesus, really that many?
You said you had 8 today.
I think I did. Oh, wait.
I'm not saying from the start of the show. I'm just saying.
Oh, today. Let's see. Well, this might be like 10. This might be a whole bag. Man, depends what line. Well, it's like this, man. You got to, if you're a guy, just let it's such a complicated thing to talk about because it is really easy, but it's not the answer a lot of people want to hear. Because it's like, there are women who are into you. They might want to do, but you got to let them take the lead. And it's really hard too, because like women are just friendly because they're just nice. You know what I mean?
And I think a lot of women need to be more specific and open about their feelings. Like just come out with it. Just either say, yeah, I like that, or no, I don't ever do that. It's not, to me, it's not that difficult, but I'm a different type of woman. Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie too. I've learned quite a bit over the years. I really have. I used to, some stuff I would have done. Oh shit, Lepa's fucking bringing the cheese. See, this is how they do it, Melissa. They get me high as fuck. And they get to reap the benefits too, because after this show, I go over to JV. Who's the guy JV? There's a whole good YouTube community. If you're ever bored and you want good positive stuff, like how we're talking here, it's there's a good community, man. You gotta come kick it with us and hang out, man. And it beats. And the way I look at it too is like it beats the mics. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier for one, you get to sit down. For 2, if you have a libation, you could do it. You kid, you're at the whole. If I got to go back to, it's not the entire fucking time. You're listening to somebody else. It's on your terms. It's such a great, easier thing than an open mic. And we just made $10 in the last 5 minutes. Doing these weed. Man, I am gonna get baked, yo. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have done that one if Lep didn't even think. I'm probably done with the weed gummies unless somebody keeps super chatting, because I want to smoke too, so I'm not gonna do too much. Holy shit. Thrash bringing the heat. This is how it goes. This way could be in fucking YouTube, Melissa. I'm telling you. So I gotta do another one of these fucking things. Thrash, if you haven't checked out Thrash's horses and stuff, this guy, his name's Thrash Life. His name is Brian in real life, but his name's on YouTube. This guy right here, he has a couple horses out in this rescue way out in the fucking mountains, Colorado.
Yeah.
It's called like Sepultura Animal Rescue, some shit. Drop your animal rescue link, Trash. You should be modded, so people can hook up the majestic fucking creatures of the mountains and shit. You know what I mean? There you go, bro. There's a number, whatever the fuck it is, overdose number. I try. It's impossible to overdose on weed. I'll tell you how, and I'll tell you what happened. Let me take a quick drink of water. I'm not gonna Coyote Ugly this shit. You can see the fucking. Because that was a great movie too, right? Ever seen a banger, right?
I love all those old movies like that.
Coyote Ugly was one of those movies that I liked and I didn't.
Right.
I didn't. It's weird because like if you watch Coyote Ugly, they had women that were empowered at the bar. This is a wild thing to say, but like I've never seen a bar where there's a bartender who's like that much empowered. You know what I mean? There's bartenders who could do whatever, you're talking to Carmella types, but like there's never anybody who's like, in charge of the bar and they're such a boss to where everybody's listening kind of thing. So we have that kind of control without a lot of security kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that part of Coyote Ugly was unrealistic. But the rest is cool. Yeah, check out the Horse Loving channel from Thrasher there. He's a nice guy. He plays video games too and shit. Boy, these guys got me fucking fried. I should have done all those intermediate gummies in the middle, Melissa, because that's what's going to fuck it all up.
Well, what the fuck are you complaining about unless you already did it? So.
That's true. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. At the end of I was going to tell you the fucking how you can't overdose on weed story. So check it out. I mean, you could. I could probably give you like 1 milligram you'd overdose. But it's I bought these little things at Tincture. They're called Tincture. It's the purest form of THC you can get, right? They're like $60. So I bought 2 of them. They're 500 milliliters a piece. And I put them right here and I did them like a fucking shot. This is like 100 fucking doses for each one. It's a lot of fucking, this is like 200 some doses. And I didn't feel nothing. Man, I felt it for a little bit. And then about 3-4 hours later, I got ridiculously fucking laid on. I just fucking fell asleep for a while. And then like 10 hours after that, I got up and I just started laughing uncontrollably for like 45 minutes. And I remember, I could tell the exact thing I laughed at because it was fucking hilarious. It's hilarious if you're fucking high as hell. If you're not high, whatever. But
right.
It was right when the coronavirus first popped. And there was this chick standing there and she had Corona written up right here, right? And then down by her vag, it had the V for virus instead of virus. And I looked at that fucking meme I was laughing for 45 minutes. That was so fucking funny, man. Oh my goodness.
And this is how I choose to spend my time.
Right.
That's why y'all need to check me out, support me, whatever.
Now,
this is what I
Heck yeah, man. Well, it's been awesome having you out here, man. It's been these guys, we've got fucking killer numbers today. The people love you. Yeah. What is your preferred social media?
I mostly do Instagram, and I love Instagram. Like I started a TikTok and like I'm not real good with keeping up with it, but like I'm trying to get my online show going again on TikTok, but the thought just gives me anxiety.
Come over here to YouTube, man. We could all you gotta do is we get the StreamYard. I pay for it, but like StreamYard has free time. You just come up, say, hey, what's going on? I think there's no other, and there might be a couple, but like a lot of these guys, this is me talking because whenever I talk like this, people are like, oh, what have you done? Joey Edibles? You've never done a mic. Motherfucker, I've done some shit, okay? It's like, I got to monetize YouTube channel. You show me one other person. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Rico bringing the heat. Mike, thank you, sir. So, so it's like...
the only edible I've ever had is an arrangement. That's why I was for people.
Edible arrangements are so good. I love the fuck out of those.
Those like, melon balls.
Oh, they're expensive.
So many melon balls.
It's like, I don't like the melon part when they have the little... stick with like the flowers and the pineapple.
Right. Well, yeah.
Ooh,
right.
With the pineapple and shit like that.
Yeah.
It says Bumpy says, yeah, Melissa, I've never watched Joey live with the guest you for. Okay. Well, you need to come around more, Mr. Bumpy Real Brewery. Come hang out. It says Ellen Pershilla, JB's hang out right. Yeah, JB's cool, man. At the top of the hour, go over to JB and he's gonna fucking continue the party. So I would recommend definitely, I mean, whatever, if you got the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way I look at it, like, I'd rather do a fucking YouTube show, rather go live. You get 30 people watching, you know? Rather go live on something like this as opposed to driving the fucking, Menor in 5 minutes when there's 8 people looking at their phones, you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do like a lot of gigs, like, I mean, I've been trying to do, like, I actually took a couple months off. So now I'm starting to do a lot more. I have a lot of podcasts and radio shows and gigs and stuff booked for like between now and the end of February. Like I'm trying,
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a cool tour you're doing. I mean, RJ, what's up, bud? How you been, man? Man, I'm so like, my head's floating. I had so many edibles. I can still hear and see and shit, and I'm still cognizant. But my goodness, that was a lot of weed. But yeah, it's like the tour you're doing is good. Everything is good risks. I want to thank you for coming out. It's it's pretty. It takes a lot. I mean, you know, Mayo. I don't have a reputation of anything I've done recently has been not too bad. I don't think. But I say that, she's like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, it's where's your next journey, man? Besides, I mean, not your family and stuff like that, but just like your comedic journey. Do you have any ultimate goals?
Yeah.
You just, what do you think?
Yeah. So I want to start writing again and producing some videos, some shorts, and some shows and stuff like that. So that's like my thing, and trying to get more like myself back online, like as far as, because I don't do a lot of this. Like people get to see me just like talking
Right.
and like whatever. So if I could, like if I could have, like, you know how people say, oh, if you could have whatever you wanted, like I feel like, and I think a lot of people wouldn't agree. They'd be like, Melissa, are you sure? But like, I feel like I just want cameras to just like follow me around. Like I'm the fucking Kardashians.
I swear I could do that. If I get somebody to come and clean the motherfucker, I would so do that. I would just literally follow 24 hours.
But my show would be the opposite of them, because like I'm not putting on like 4 hours worth of a face and like hair and makeup. I'm just like, I didn't even brush my hair today. Like this is it. So
what's the longest amount of time, aside from I'm assuming you had some kind of wedding, right? Wedding. Yeah. What's the longest amount of time you've ever like sat in, like makeup, hair, everything, like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours?
I mean, it takes a couple hours when I get my hair. I get like highlights in my hair, so that takes like 3 hours, and I fucking hate it because I like to go and just like, I mean, the only time I like sitting and just like whatever's like this, like we're talking, time's go by, like whatever, but just to sit there getting glam, it's like annoying to me. And because the whole time I'm thinking, well, I would do it this way. Or like I just had a photo shoot and the girl had to do my makeup, and thank God, like she's really cool and everything, and I knew that I wouldn't be annoyed with her, you know what I mean? But like I'm just not like that type. Like I just get annoyed with stuff. Like I don't want people coming at me with like brushes and lipstick and like whatever. It's a very like it's very invasive. You know what I mean?
Now, do you remember? I'm gonna say a phrase. It's a little unpolitically correct, but as was. There used to have this frame. I got it. Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ! You people are fucking getting me too high. There was a phrase. I'm totally forgetting fucking train of thought. Well, you were talking about something. What was you talking about? Just
the photo shoots and the makeup.
Oh, makeup. All right, that's right. It was a phrase you used to use several years ago. No homo. All right. So I'm gonna no homo this one. No homo means basically it's a catch-all just for we're not gay. It's a funny thing guys used to say back in the day. Some guys still say it. I don't know, whatever. But I love getting makeup put on, It's fucking cool. Like if I was to like have a makeup person, like say, fucking Doris makeup person down the street or something, she wanted to come in and do the makeup before every show, I would totally let them do it because I think it's really cool. I just think, granted, like you said, after a while it'll probably get annoying and old, but I think it's really cool, man.
I love watching the videos, like the funny things online where they'll show like a girl like having all her makeup on, and then like they're like, this is her with all her makeup off at night, and she's like looks like a scary monster or something like that. Like these like memes or funny things they do or whatever. Because it's like you don't want to have so much that, you know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't even look like you.
No, ridiculous. Now, is there any vids of your stand-up on YouTube? Yeah,
there's a couple of videos up there. I'm not good at filming myself, and stuff.
It is hard because you have to have somebody dedicated with a good angle with their phone and hope the speaker.
There's some videos up there, and I mean, and I only put them up there because like I had to, because I had to send them to like comedy competition things or whatever. But like if I had my way, I need to get better. I really don't I don't know. It's just like, it's like awkward.
Well, I mean, you're living up to your reputation as the area's laziest comedian. I mean,
I guess
if you're going to say that, you're living up to it 100%.
Right. I mean, and it is what it is.
Right. Well, I mean, it's life. You have to live life. It is, it's always going to be for most people. I mean, there's the 1 in a 10,000 that get lucky and they got everything from a family. We're going to let you a little secret. Most people in entertainment came from money. That brags to riches still, it doesn't really happen that often. It does happen every now and then, but most people came from money.
Especially in Hollywood. I mean,
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is a fucking billionaire before she even got on Seinfeld. Her dad was a billionaire. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I try to put like clips up and stuff like that here or there, but I need to get better.
Now, how was I got to ask you about the 51st thing at Hilarities. Was that your first time on that stage?
No, it was my second time.
Okay.
Last year was my first time. And this year I went into it like all cocky, like, oh, I've already done it. Like I know how everything go. And I still feel like I kind of fucked it up a little bit. Like I did good. But, and I watched it back. Because they put it on the Hilarities YouTube.
Yeah. So me and Don's here.
And I watched it because you're just supposed to do one joke, but a lot of people do like 2 or 3 short jokes, which is what I did. 3 little things. And I watched it back and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have, these little tweaks or whatever, but it was okay. I did my, so I wrote a new joke for this year, which was, I said that it was crazy to be there up on that stage, seeing so many people in the audience, so many faces that I recognized, but at the same time, seeing so many faces that I didn't recognize. It was almost like having Khloe Kardashian's Instagram feed right in front of me. It's like all her faces are different. Right. It's like, yeah, all her fucking faces are so different. So yeah, that was my joke.
Well, it's weird with some of the Kardashian stuff because as much as like certain people wouldn't like watch sports, for example,
yeah,
these same people with one iota,
right?
Like there's certain things I know. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I remember the sex tape. I know the one of them that dated Tristan Thompson, but like beyond the basicness of it, and then the one was like OJ's lawyer or some shit.
Yeah. I think that everybody, I thought of that too, but I think a lot of people know because that whole thing with her face.
Yeah.
Because she's doing all those commercials on mainstream TV and all that, all those migrant commercials.
So much fucking wasted money in America.
Right, I know. But just like me, not liking sports, I know the basics, Tom Brady and all the basic
functional knowledge.
Yeah,
when people say, and listen, guys, if you're out there, you ever want to come at a chick, don't come at a chick with you need to be. There's not many women like that. There are some, and don't be pissed off if they know more in sports. It is what it is. Thinking of it is kind of hot if they don't want you. But it's like just tell them they need basic knowledge because if you go to games a lot, you want to take her with you because if you don't take her with you to those games, somebody's gonna want to go with you to them games. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna want to sit next to you at them games, and it's not gonna be your wife, your girlfriend. Shit's gonna come up. So be careful out there,
and that's
boys.
When that kiss cam's gonna show up.
Right? Oh, I love the ones where it's like she's my sister or whatever. The funniest are when I don't know if it's parodies, but when like they'll do it and then the girl block it or whatever. Yeah. Oh, those are fucking great.
Yeah,
those are great. There was the one that I can't remember it. It was right when the pandemic. It was like March of 2020. I can't remember the thing. It was at a Hawks game.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of what it was, but it was. Oh, I remember what it was, and I don't want to show it because I'll get claimed for it. But they were doing a hand sanitizer cam, and people were just going like this.
Oh my god!
They were doing no.
Oh my god!
Oh, it was fucking great, man. It was so funny. Oh god, the internet always wins, man.
Always.
Hell yeah! All right. Well, I'd like to thank Miss Melissa for coming out. This has been a banger. It's been a while since somebody's came out in person besides Pat. So
you're welcome.
So, heck yeah, man. So, any guys shows this week? Anything recently coming up, or you're just doing your thing for now?
I have a show on. So I have the 18th and the 28th of February are my booked shows that I have. The one's at Lucy's Seafood and Steakhouse, Broadview Road. The one on the 28th, I'm not sure where it's at yet. And then like on the 18th and the 21st, I have podcasts. So I'm doing Jen. I don't know if you know this girl, Jen.
Yeah, she's doing
very funny. Yeah. I got her I'm doing hers on the 21st. And then I forget what the one is. Wait, let me look it up real quick because I want to make sure I say it right.
Yeah, definitely go to I linked her TikTok and her Insta in the description.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely check out her Instagram because that's where all the stuff will be up there.
Yeah, so on the 18th of February, I'm doing Lex Vegas. He's a real...
I've seen him with Mayo.
Coming promoter. So I'm doing his show on the 18th. That's that book show. And then, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the other... no. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think the other show was yours tonight. But anyway, so that's what I have going on, and then in between there, I'll be doing open mics and just hanging out and writing and all that kind of stuff.
Good shit. And Bumpy wants you to make sure you post online when you get home so they know that you escaped.
Oh yeah, he's made me feel very very special today. Very like almost like a cross between like Hollywood royalty, almost like a Britney Spears in the sense that I need like a welfare check. You know what I mean? So you hit it right there. You hit the head right on the
shave her head when she gets home, right?
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming out, guys. We'll see you at JV's at the top of the hour. And I ain't got nobody up in the pipeline. I got some messages out. If you go, hey, some of you guys do me a favor. It's fucking what is it? It's like 7 o'clock on a Friday.
Yeah.
A couple of you on board. Some of you go to Twitter, right? There's a former guy who used to play for the Titans. His name's Bo Scaife. He said he was going to do the show, but he's not checking the DMs. So go on Bo Scaife's weed message. He has a new weed straight coming out. 1, follow the guy. 2, like the post. 3, interact with where he said he would do the show so I can get that guy on so I can get a fucking keep bombarding these people with the messages. And thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next week, guys.
Overall, you guys.
Oh, yeah. Bye-bye.